Hello, guys. So, welcome back to the live session. Today is Sunday, the 29th of August, 2021. This is a routine, a weekly Sunday live session, a 1 hour session. And if you want to ask any question regarding civil engineering, life in the UK, study in the UK, anything relating to UK, I'm available on my WhatsApp number, which I've added in the live chat there. You can call me on that number, or if you prefer, you can type in your question there as well, and we can have a chat. I mean, that's just the live social session routine. Uh, at the same time, I will be talk about the civil engineering. Obviously, that's my passion, my sort of subject. So I'll talk about the different disciplines of civil engineering that exist actually in the UK, from job perspective and also from the salary perspective. So we're going to have a quick chat about that as well. But obviously, in the interim, if you got any question relating to study in the UK or general life in the UK, you can ask the questions in the live session there, and I'll jump on those as well. But yeah, I will start with the civil engineering, sort of, yeah, different disciplines that exist in the UK, and what you can choose. Actually, it's all depends on your sort of passion, your sort of favoritism as well, which one you would lean towards, and you can choose yourself basically. But I just wanted to highlight, generally the question comes actually, which one is better, whether, yeah, one discipline is better than the other. That is the general question, but it's completely up to yourself where you see yourself in the future. But I just want to highlight the number of, yeah, specialism that do exist in the UK, and which you can choose actually from the really onset when you plan journey to the UK as a student. So you need to know what actually different disciplines do exist, and what are their roles actually in the UK, and whether that's something intrigued you, I mean, to come to the UK. So that's just I want to highlight basically what are the different disciplines. But before that, just want to highlight, I mean, if you got specific question about immigration or anything like such, I'm not an immigration lawyer, so all information I can provide is based on my personal knowledge and experience being here in the UK for the past 16 years. So I can share my knowledge here, but obviously if there's specific requirements, or yeah, a hurdle, or yeah, you're stuck with, I'm sure, yeah, in specific cases you can in touch with your specialist, yeah, there. But I can provide you the guidance, the least, being here, yeah, in the UK, so I can guide you there. But as I said, you can call me on the number, whatever question you have, which I've added in the live chat there, or you can type in your questions there, so I can jump on those as well. But yeah, let's start with the today's topic. So civil engineering, as said, my passion and my subject actually. I love, yeah, to talk about civil engineering. And actually the question I do receive actually, why I'm so passionate about civil engineering. So let's start with that question actually. By birth, actually, I'm from the family, like a contractor families. I mean, back in the days when my forefathers, my fathers, they started as a contractor basically, and I grew up in the same field actually throughout my sort of childhood. I mean, I was playing basically playing with the similar sort of, yeah, toys. I mean, that are relating to construction, and that's where it was a no brainer. I mean, when it come to choosing the sort of, yeah, engineering field, it was civil engineering. As always, I knew basically that was the only I knew from the very onset. Basically, there's, well, if I'm honest, I knew that's the only civil engineering, that's the only engineering that exists in the world. So that's where I went straight into there. So there was a no brainer for me from the childhood. And obviously with the time, I did actually realize actually how much improvement I can make myself as well with the time. Obviously, when I started my MSc here in the UK, I had a bit of obviously a bit of a knowledge from back home, and when I came here, and I see the huge difference actually between the field, actually how much you can enhance yourself and develop yourself, up to date yourself with the latest technology. that intrigued me here. And obviously still ongoing. CPD is something we generally call it, continuous professional development, that never stops, no matter how much experience you have. So that needs to carry on basically. And in fact, yeah, even if I say, I mean, I got 15, 16 years of experience in civil engineering, it doesn't stop me there. It doesn't mean like I know everything. Of course, I knew nothing. I mean, the more I read about engineering, the more I know how little I know about engineering actually. So it carries on a daily basis, actually enhance my sort of knowledge about the civil engineering. And that's my passion actually. The more advancement the more advanced technology I read about, it just intrigued me into the same direction. Basically, I need to learn more and basically understand more the civil engineering. And that's where my passion grow up and up basically all the time, because the advancement and the technology doesn't stop. And that's where you need to keep up to date yourself. And that's generally, I said actually in my previous videos as well, the main difference I found actually back home in from Pakistan and here in the UK was updates. Actually, you need to keep update yourself, otherwise you will be left behind. I mean, if you don't keep up with the pace. And that's exactly what I mean by the CPD. You need to make sure you read the latest technologies there, and you learn them as well, basically how to apply them in the field as well. So let's talk about the generally the question comes about the what are the different sort of civil engineering fields you can go, or you can avail opportunities as a student basically when you come here to the UK. So I would say broadly I will split them into eight different sort of categories. There may be some other branches there as well, so it doesn't mean they don't exist, but the main eight are sort of I would say from MSc perspective, if you're coming over for the MSc civil engineering. So these are the normally I would say these are the broad range of eight different disciplines you can choose from. Obviously, I don't stress one over the other. The reason being, it all depends, what your interest is. So I generally leave that to yourself. Basically, look at your interest. I mean, what your interest is. I mean, if I don't want to say one is better from job perspective than the other, because if you're good in any of these sort of disciplines, trust me, a job won't be a problem at all. I mean, you will get the job there. So the first one, obviously, civil engineering. MSc civil engineering is one of the last more recognizable, or everywhere, wherever the university you go, you will find the civil engineering MSc course there. The other second number, no particular order I should say, so soil mechanics or engine soil mechanics, or I would say geotechnical engineering, is another field you can go in as a part of the civil engineering. Structure engineering is vast, basically available throughout the UK. Anywhere universities, I mean, you would choose for engineering, they will actually provide this structure engineering course as well. Transportation engineering is another highly recognizable throughout the UK, and I would say majority of the university, they offer MSc in transportation engineering. Construction management, or construction project management you call it, they are well known as well throughout the UK, so you can do in that sort of field as well. The next one is railway engineering, which is a kind of a new sort of MSc that literally a few university they literally started them, but very well sort of in demand, I should say, railway engineering. No, because I work in the railway, but I know a lot more about the railway subject, because I've been in the field. And the reason, I mean, they've started the MSc in railway engineering is because of the demand. I mean, that's creeping up, up and up, in the past decade or so, and that's where the universities are looking, I mean, to provide the MSc in railway engineering as well. The other MSc, you can go into the water resource management. Again, very sort of in demand course, MSc in water resource management. And I would say environmental engineering is another one as well. So I would say these are the eight I would just highlighted. There may be other branches of all these different sort of courses there, but it doesn't mean they are not in demand. But this is just the high level. So I wanted to highlight. Generally, the question comes, what MSc course you should choose, I mean, when you come to the UK. But I would say from all these eight, I can't stress one over the other, whether it comes to basically whether which one is easy or which one is hard, or whether from a job perspective, which one will be good in terms of the finding the job in the UK. I would say generally the demand is huge for any of these degrees. I mean, when you do the degree here, MSc, in any of these eight sort of the sort of categories or disciplines, I should say, I'm sure if you're done in good grades and you understand your subjects, job is going to be there for yourself. I mean, that generally I say, I mean, it won't restrict you to get into the job. Doesn't matter whether you go in structure, environmental, water resource, construction project management, civil engineering, doesn't matter. I mean, wherever you go, the job is going to be there, as long you understand, as long you know. I mean, that's your future. Obviously, if you know from the very onset this is where you're going to go in the future, you will have more interest in the same subjects, and that's where you get into that sort of side as well. Basically, you need to get more knowledge of the same subject, and that's where all it needs actually when it comes to finding the job in the UK. Basically, it's all your interest, all the latest technology, all the latest information. You need to absorb that when it comes to finding the job. As long you have those content with yourself, I'm sure job is not far off from there. So these were the different disciplines, and actually the different different courses you can do when you choose, I mean, to come to the UK as a civil engineer. So that was generally the question comes. I mean, which one is in demand, which are not in demand. So I would say I'm not clarifying that question. I leave that open for yourself. Basically, decide from your own side. Basically, which one is your interest, whether it's structure engineering, whether construction project management, water resource, environmental. I would say they are all in high demand in the UK, as long you do your degree in a grades. And when it comes to the job finding, it doesn't matter basically what degree you did. I mean, as long you are good at that one, you will get the job. I mean, simple as that. In terms of the next question, the very important question that comes around as well, about the salary perspective as well, basically. So I would say in general terms, when you start your career as a graduate, as a fresher with no experience back home, and you come here and do your degree, and you are looking at your first sort of job here, the range generally starts from, I would say, from 22 to 23,000 pound per year. I mean, that's the starting salary you will get. I would say this is the gross salary. So don't forget, basically, don't confuse yourself. There's lots of taxes, your national insurance you need to pay here in the UK as well, as a part of your employment. So you need to account for those as well. So don't take basically 23,000 pound, which is literally 1900 pound per month you can earn here. But obviously you need to account for all the taxes, all the national insurance as well. I know initially it will be like a huge bump on your head, basically, when you look at how much you're going to pay in the taxes. It's quite a lot actually, but obviously with the time you just used to the system because of the benefits you get from the taxes as well. And that's is just all as adds up here with that. Basically, you need to pay those taxes. But apart from the initial, I said 22 to 23,000 pound per year, the salary do increase on an average, basically I would say annual basis, and it all depends on your performance. That's where you can't just go find a job and that's it, you finish there. You need to improve yourself all the time. That's where the salary is dictated actually going forward. So annually there will be a review of your salary, and your salary will go up and up based on your performance. Whatever your performance was in the past year, that will be dictated actually in your future as well, how much you're going to get increment on a sort of on annual basis. I mean, so you need to ensure you don't just give up basically when you get a job and okay, that's my job, I found it, and forget about no more sort of learning at all. So you need to keep up with the pace. As said, I mean, like CPD is something generally the employers stress quite a lot on the CPDs as well. And as said, I mean, like personally myself, I got like 15, 16 years experience in the field, but still I don't stop learning. So I always read different sort of technologies, the books actually available to enhance my understanding of the latest technology as well. So it doesn't stop you there. And if you want more and more sort of increment in your salary, the best way is basically to show your performance. And it doesn't need to be just basically in the meeting you tell your supervisors or your team leader, I mean, this is what I can do. You need to show that from your performance, from the past performance. I mean, that's what actually, as a team leader, if I look at for my staff, I can clearly identify my staff. Basically, these are such and such staff, they were brilliant past year and we need to increase their salary. That's generally the terms. Actually, the team leader, the supervisor, I mean, that they identify basically this is the person, I mean, that they can improve going forward, and actually, yeah, we need to increase his and her salary. I mean, that's generally the terms. But as I said, I mean, it goes up and up based on your performance. Average, I would say, for civil engineers, I would say on average, if I look at, or even if you Google it, the average salary for civil engineers in the UK is about 43,000 per year. Actually, that is the average. So obviously you start from 23,000, it's going to go up and up and up basically. I would say certainly you can go like 60,000 as well. You can go up by back end of like your career there. But obviously, if you want more increment at the really start, you need to ensure you do your chartership and you plan your journey from the very onset, and you basically show that progression to your supervisors, your employer as well, that you are interested in chartership. That's where you can really sort of get on the grip, basically increasing your salary quite quickly there. That's one of the trick, I should say. When you get a job, the first job, graduate job, make sure you plan your future from the very onset there, and you plan your chartership from there on, and that will enhance from the very start. Actually, that will increase your salary from there. So these were the sort of questions I generally get basically about the salary, about the different disciplines in the civil engineering. I wanted to clarify, so I hope this is clear and that was interesting, especially when I talk about the money. Obviously, I generally say that the money in terms of for civil engineers are not good actually. I must admit, in the UK generally, like 40, even if I say 43,000 pound per year on average. I mean, average means you are retired, I mean, starting from graduate and up to retiredship, which is 60 years basically. That's where you're going to get 43,000 pound. It's not good enough, obviously, from the UK standards, if you want to live your life like a hi-fi sort of life here in the UK. So it's not enough for sure. But I can sort of tell you some tricks about the getting into the sort of the other side of as well. Obviously, this is permanent sort of salary I'm talking about, so you can go into the contracting side as well, which is a more risky, and that's where you can get a lot more money out of the field as well. But I will carry on with my talking, because I can't stop basically when I talk about civil engineering. It's so intrigued. I'm so interested to talk about the civil engineering, so I can't stop about it. But before I forget, actually, couple of really important messages I received from my subscribers, and they got job actually in the engineering field. So very congratulations to Tarun, one of my actually the he had one-to-one sessions actually with me, and I don't want to actually track their performance. I mean, I don't want to take credit of that for sure, that this is not the purpose, but I want to congratulate both of you, Gagandeep and the Tarun. Both actually they had my one-to-one session, and all you need, I'm pretty certain I said that from very onset in my videos, is that all you need is the right direction. Obviously, you don't need dictation. All you need is this is the right way, this is how you do the stuff. this is all about your passion, about your work, your hard work. If you do that, I mean, job is not far off. I mean, that's all I generally teach on this YouTube channel as well. You need the right direction. This is your direction. Go on that direction, you will find your way. And that's all I did actually in my sort of one-to-one session. I did that, and I'm glad that they found the job. I'm really over the moon, and it just give me the feels that I help someone, yeah, finding their destination. Well, it's just a start on in one direction, but yeah, in the right direction. That's all it is. And if you want basically one-to-one session, generally I add the link into the description of my videos as well, so you can join the Patreon there, and choose, yeah, whatever basically best suits you. The three sort of, yeah, I generally give three options there, so you can choose one of the option there. We can arrange a one-to-one session as well. And as said, it's not my credit at all. Credit, it goes to basically whoever did the hard work. I mean, it's a credit to them. I only can guide you. I mean, that's all I can do. And whatever, obviously from my experience, I can give you those experience, basically what I've gone through already, and I pass that information to yourself. It's up to yourself how you implement those information into the right direction, and that's all it is. So I don't want to credit at all, but congratulations, many congratulations to Tarun and Gagandeep. And I hope you will find, yeah, the right sort of, yeah, in the right direction now. So the first step is always the hardest, as I always says. Once you find your feet under the basically in one of the employer in the UK, it's quite easy, I mean, to move around. Once you have that stamp, actually you have worked at one of the employer in the UK, so it's quite easy to move around. So there won't be no restriction at all there from their own. So yeah, let's crack on with the questions here. I can see now questions coming through. So brothers, you can type, actually you can call me on that number as well, which I've added in the top of the chat as well. And obviously your question will get prioritized there as well. So let's crack on with the questions. Who's asking the question? So Sayyid Ikramuddin, assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam, brother. So before I get on, so let's take this call first, so we'll carry on. Hello, brother. You are live with JK. Can I take your name and your question, please?
Good evening, sir. Sir Anuj.
Anuj, how are you, brother? You okay?
Sir, I am good, sir. Sir, it's good to see you back, sir.
And it's good to talk to you, brother. I mean, yeah, you are the first, always the first caller in my live chat. Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate your participation. How can I help you, brother?
Thank you, sir. Sir, there are 2 or 3 questions that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, first question is, sir, I searched for graduate job. There it was written that you need 2-1 in masters. But what would we write in CV if we are studying on that time, sir?
Right. Okay. Another question.
Okay. And sir, other question, sir, in this question, I want your guidance something. Sir, I have distinction in bachelor's.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 months of experience as an internship in my 3rd year.
Right.
And I know, sir, AutoCAD, Revit, StatPro, and have quite good soft skills also.
Mm-hmm.
So what else sort of other skills you want me to improve or learn? Please guide me on this, sir.
Right. Okay.
And sir, other than this, sir, please make some videos on aptitude and psychometric test.
Aptitude, psychometric test.
So
And any other question, brother?
No, sir. These are the 3 questions of mine for today.
Great. Yeah. Thank you very much for your questions. And you are on the top now because you call me. That there's a lot of questions other in the chat as well. Yes. So I'll answer your questions first.
And sir, I got my bachelor's result on 3rd of August. So that's why I missed my previous university, from which I offered MSc Civil Engineering. Now I'm coming for MSc Structural Engineering in Coventry University.
So when are you joining actually Coventry?
Most probably, sir, last September.
Oh, last.
Yes, sir, 28th or 29th of September.
So you already sorted your stuff, basically the visa, or is it still ongoing?
No, sir. Sir, actually, I'm waiting for my CAS, and I got mail from university. They are saying that I will get my visa on CAS on 1st or 2nd day of September.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So
After
good
that,
luck
I'm
with that.
going to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That's
sir.
great. Great to see
After
that.
that, I'm going to apply for visa, sir.
Okay, no, great to see that. So hopefully I can meet you sometime in Coventry then. Yeah, great to hear that.
Okay, sir. Hope so. Very excited to meet you.
And yeah, it will be pleasure, yeah, to meet you, Anuj. Thank you very much for your questions. Yeah, stay
Thank you,
there.
sir.
So
Thank you.
I'll
Let's see
answer your
you
question.
soon,
Yeah, thank
sir.
you.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anuj. Yeah, one of my regular caller on this session. So the first question was about the degree requirement. I mean, generally, yeah, that's I generally say you need to make sure you have the high grades in your sort of degree. And 2-1 means your degree is basically 60 to 70% marks. I mean, that's where they call it 2-1 degree. So if you got 2-1 degree, that means you are literally eligible for any jobs. I mean, that's simple as that basically. So you need to ensure that's where I generally say make sure you do your degree in good grades, and so you won't be left out basically for any jobs. And the question actually from Anuj was generally, yeah, this is the requirement, and what should you write in the CV? uh, CV, if you are applying, I mean, during your studies, so you can say aspirations of is aspiration to 1 degree. Basically, you can add that comment there, so there's no harm in that, Anuj. So instead of say, yeah, a degree MSc structure engineering 2-1, rather than say 2-1 degree, you, because at the start of your profile you should say you're still studying basically MSc in structure engineering, and you can say aspiration is to 1 degree, aspiration is to one basically. That's what you can add there. It doesn't harm you at all, but at least you can give you those aspiration. And if they want any sort of, yeah, basically confirmation or anything as such, they can contact the university. Obviously, if you're good at that, your aspiration is to get to the 2-1. I'm sure you can. If you have a good you got the distinction in bachelor, I'm sure you can do that in MSc as well, Anuj. But in terms of, yeah, in the CV, I would say just add aspiration to 1 degree basically. That should be good enough. Another question was about, yeah, your obviously you are really good actually at different softwares. You mentioned AutoCAD and yeah, the other Autodesk, yeah, sort of softwares. I would say basically, obviously, you're going into the structure engineering you mentioned. So I would say the master series. I will give you a few names basically. If you can try practice them wherever, if you got the basically availability of the softwares wherever you are, that would be really helpful when it comes to finding the job, because these are the softwares. They are generally widely used in the UK. Like, I mean, master series is very, where I would say it's throughout the UK. I mean, wherever you go as a structural engineer, you will be asked to use their master series. So that's one of the software. Tekla is another one. Tekla software, you can try use that Tekla software. And also the Rivet. Obviously, I did yeah, heard about you already basically you're using Rivet as well. AutoCAD is okay. I mean, you don't need to be masters in AutoCAD. I mean, that's good enough for technician, but for yourself, just the standard, yeah, the basic knowledge is good enough for AutoCAD. But in terms of the softwares, I would say if you want to go really in advanced, you can go into the FEM sort of, yeah, finite element modeling or finite element analysis sort of softwares as well. So that could be ANSYS, I mean, one of the softwares, and LUCIS, another sort of, yeah, really these are really the high top notch basically. If you want to go really on the top, these are the softwares I would highly recommend actually, if you're really keen to go into the top basically. These are the software, if you got availability, try to learn them basically. And the reason I'm saying that currently, yeah, because I do face, yeah, the engineers, and actually I do deal with engineers, they are using the same softwares. Unfortunately, I got no really a good experience in these ones. I got the basic knowledge of these experience, but I wish I had, yeah, a really good grip on all these softwares. But yeah, if you got a chance, definitely it's worth, yeah, going into, yeah, learning these softwares. That will really help you. Also, make sure you read a lot about the construction industry, the latest sort of technologies, the latest sort of advancements, the latest sort of construction methodologies, what they're using on site, because that really helps you how you design stuff. Obviously, as a structure engineering, you will be dealing, yeah, most of the time in the office. But obviously, if you don't know what the construction methodologies is, what sort of equipment they're going to use to construct the building, it makes your life a lot harder. So as long you know the technology that's been used on site, so these are the sort of things, I mean, you can Google them. Actually, yeah, the different sort of latest technology in the UK, the for the construction methodology, actually the lifting sort of equipments, the lifting standards, actually. So you can use all these sort of Google is your best part. Actually, you can Google anything about your construction industry in the UK. I'm sure you can search all those, and that will enhance your understanding of the construction industry in the UK. And definitely that's going to help you a lot more, basically, and you will be way ahead of your peers there. The next question was a bit about aptitude and sort of, yeah, these questions generally, Anuj, yeah, the questions, these are the sort of, I would say, if you're going, like, I mean, for the jobs, especially as a graduate job, so these are the sort of, yeah, you should be prepared for these questions. I was planning actually to plan a few sort of, yeah, these session with the graduates, actually, and I would really sort of, yeah, I would see if someone, yeah, is willing to basically the one they already gone through, basically, with the especially the big companies like Atkins, AECOM, Amy. I mean, these are the big players. I mean, generally they will put you through the similar sort of, yeah, aptitude tests and all these kind of, yeah, tests there. So I'll carry on with that. So let's take this question first, guys. Hello, brother. You're live with JK. Can I take your name and your questions, please?
Hello, sir. I am Vignesh from India.
Vignesh, how are you, brother? You okay?
Yeah, I am fine, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm very well. Yeah, thank you very much for your call, Vignesh. How can I help you today?
Sir, I am going to take MSc Civil Engineering in Nottingham Trent University this September.
Right.
I have about 7 core subjects, but I have one optional subject to take in
Right.
my course.
Mm-hmm.
I have some doubt which I can take because there are 4 subjects. Can I tell that, sir?
Sorry, I didn't get it. Do you want to highlight your subjects, or?
Yes, sir. There are 4 optional subjects. Which one is best? I need to choose.
So these are all optional subjects, you said?
Wait a minute, sir. I will say advanced hydrology and hydraulics, finite element analysis,
Right.
analysis and design of surface structure,
Yeah.
condition assessment, and health monitoring of civil infrastructure. Which is the one best I can choose it, sir?
Sorry, so that the last one was conditional assessment?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Conditional assessment and health monitoring of civil infrastructure.
Civil infrastructure. And your MSc is in civil engineering?
Civil engineering, yes, sir. Right.
And may I ask you, actually, the mandatory sort of, yeah, modules there? Do you want to share those as well?
Can't get it, sir.
Your core modules, I mean, core subjects. Do you want to share those as well?
Yeah, I can able to tell, sir. It's about construction management,
Mm-hmm.
construction engineering management, advanced structural engineering,
Yeah.
sustainable transport planning and engineering,
Yeah.
geophysical and geotechnical investigation and design, and project. It's a research project. Research.
Okay.
These are the core subjects, sir.
And you need to choose actually one of the optional. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Right.
That's my question.
Okay. So, do you have any other question?
Nothing, sir. How are you, sir? I'm fine. What
Uh,
about your family?
I'm very well. Yeah, thank you very much. You make my day for calling me. Yeah, so I was waiting for the callers. So thank you very much for your call, and
Thank
I
you so
will
much, sir.
try to yeah guide you on that option subject. Yeah, thank you very much for your call, and stay tuned in. Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
sir.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Okay, Vignesh, thank you very much for your call. But before we jump on to your question, so the question from Anuj was about the aptitude tests, and basically, I said generally when the big companies like ACOM, Atkins, and Sestra, I mean these are the big companies. When you go for the graduate sort of role there, they will test you under these sort of different sort of exams, sort of aptitude tests there, and these are really really important, especially for the graduates. I was planning actually to come in contact with a few graduates, actually the ones that already gone through those tests, and hopefully that will help, yeah, you guys as well. I mean when it comes to finding the job, but not all the time. I mean, but I must add this, I mean it's not the case all the time. I mean when you go to the graduate sort of route, like I mean you need to go through all these jobs, but not necessarily for all the companies. I mean they don't go through that sort of hassle all the time basically, but it is something for, especially for the graduates, so you need to be prepared for all the worst case scenarios. So hopefully I can add that to my tally. Actually it's keep growing actually my list there, and hopefully I can make a video on that as well. But before that, let's take this call. Hello, brother. You're live with JK. Can I take your name and your questions, please?
Yes, sir. I'm Vipin.
Hi, Vipin. You okay?
So I completed my diploma in civil engineering from Kerala.
Civil engineering diploma. Okay.
So what is the next course I chosen from UK?
So when you said diploma, so how long was that? Is it 2 3 years, 4 years? How long was that diploma?
3 years, 3 year program, sir. After I worked as a lab instructor.
Right. Are you still working or no?
Still working, sir.
So as how long you've been working?
It's about 2 years.
So you got 2 years experience as well,
Yes, sir.
and you want to pursue basically further education, yeah? So that's the plan.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. Okay. So in civil engineering, when you study, I mean, what was the subjects actually you study, and do you want to look into similar of to your job? I mean, that's what I'm trying to gauge basically what your interest will be.
Mainly, I would like to project management section, sir.
Pro-
Construction project management.
right. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Any other question, Wipin?
Nothing, sir.
Okay. Stay tuned in. Yeah. So I'll answer your questions. Yeah. There. Thank you very much. Thanks for the call.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Bye. Right. Thank you, Wipin. I will. Yeah. Stay tuned in. Yeah, I'll answer your question. But before yourself, there was Vignesh. So Vignesh was actually he shared his course, which he's going to study MSc in civil engineering, and he's going to study in Nottingham Trent University, and he had some optional modules and he wanted to actually guess from there. Obviously I generally say, yeah, I can guide you but on all these subjects, but the problem is I don't know what your interest is. Obviously I'm just going to look at from the actually your core sort of, yeah, civil engineering core subjects. If you want to go into the civil engineering, which one would should be best actually for yourself? So they were like industrial, the FEM analysis, surface condition assessment of civil infrastructure. Vignesh, my choices would be conditional assessment of civil infrastructure. If you ask me the reason, yeah, I can give you the reasons, lots of reasons why you should go with that one. But obviously, I don't know whether that's going to intrigue you and bring you to that sort of subjects. But the reason I'm saying conditional assessment of civil infrastructure, because generally there is a lots of assessments actually they're going on in within the UK, because the infrastructure that's built back in 18,000, 18th century, 19th century, basically most of the infrastructure here. So generally we do these assessments of the infrastructure there. So it's a huge demand. Obviously, it's always good as an engineer, you need to understand what do you need, how do you do assessment of all these structure. Even before you design the new structure, they would have interface with the existing structure. So basically without knowing the existing infrastructure or assessment of the existing infrastructure, you won't know how to design the new structure. So you need to have the knowledge of existing infrastructure, and that's is going to be really crucial. So you need to understand how condition is going to work, how you're going to improve the existing infrastructure, and then you can design the new part of, basically, if there's extension or whether there's a new building going next to it. So you would understand the whole picture there. That is actually what I can say is really useful, should be useful for civil engineers to understand. But obviously, I don't know. I can't pick your brain there whether you will be interested in that as well. But from my end, I would say optional subject. Yeah, you choose to go for that conditional assessment of civil infrastructure. I hope this helps, Vignesh. But guys, if you get the message across, do press the like button. And this really helps. Actually, I just wanted to see if that helps you guys as well. I'm not just talking to myself. The next question was from Vipin, and he asked about, yeah, he did civil engineering diploma, 3 years program, and he got 2 years of experience as well. What should he choose actually? Guys, I mean, Vipin, for yourself as well, I mean, I've actually shared a number of actually the core subjects. I mean, you can go within the UK earlier in this video, and you need to revise those actually just to give you a bit more flavor. Basically, what are the different disciplines you can go in MSc? I would say MSc from diploma, I'm sure you can go straight into the MSc as well. You should try that. I would say I would highly recommend that. Basically, you go 2 years of experience as well. Try go for 1 year MSc. That will save you time as well. Once you did the MSc here in the UK, that will help you to get into the job ladder. Basically, that's where it is. I mean, that's why I said 1 year is good enough, because the MSc would make you eligible to work in the UK. Basically, that's all it matters. Once you find the job, and that's what it matters basically. So try for 1 year MSc. You show interest in construction project management, definitely. So you got the civil engineering background there, so you can try, yeah, the construction project management. I'm sure lots of people, lots of my subscribers, they are going into the construction project management. So you can get in touch with them as well on my YouTube channel or on the WhatsApp group, and you can get basically the feel what universities they are going, so you can get in touch with them. But there's no harm basically applying for whatever your core subject or whatever your interested subjects is. So go for those ones. I mean, end of the day, I mean, all it matters once you get either you're going to get a yes or no answer. So forget about basically, even if it's a no, at least you have tried for your best. I mean, to go for your best. So I would say it depends on the universities. If you present them, yeah, the right case there, you got the experience, you got the diploma, they can get you actually in the MSc for 1 year course, and that would be a good sort of, yeah, future for yourself. Otherwise, the alternative would be to come for BSc, which is a quite lengthy, basically three, or should say BEng or MEng sort of course, with a 3 to 4 years course. Obviously, that's going to cost financially quite a lot there, which I don't recommend generally, unless, I mean, you can afford them. But otherwise, I would say try MSc 1 year course from yourself. I mean, like, you got 2 years experience, and that would be a really sort of, yeah, good step towards your future in the UK. I hope this helps, Whippin. I will go back to the questions in the live chat there. There's been a number of questions there now. So let's start from the top there. So the first question is from Varen Akoskar. Does Indian civil engineering work as a site engineering experience counts in the UK? Does India civil engineering work as a site engineer experience count as? Brother, everything counts, no matter wherever your experience is. So everything counts, as long when it comes to basically finding a job, as long you show the employer this is what your experience are, and you can implement them in the in the field actually. That's all it matters. So it doesn't matter wherever you come from in the world, basically, as long you show them the competency, you are competent to do the job. It doesn't matter wherever your experience is, so it does count. Yeah. So the next question is from Sayed Ikramuddin. Can you please make a video with someone who has secured job visa in the UK after completion of MSc in civil engineering? Definitely, this is on the card, Sayyid Ikramuddin. As I said, actually, a couple of, yeah, I earlier mentioned, yeah, Tarun and Gagandeep, they got actually a jobs recently, and they informed me, so I'm quite glad, I mean, to share their story. But obviously, the Gagandeep was on the dependent visa. Obviously, he wasn't a student, but obviously he didn't had any experience in the UK, but he got a job here, and it's doesn't matter basically you got experience back home or you got experience here. It doesn't matter, as long you can show the employer this is what you can do, so you can get a job. But thank you, Sayyid Kramuddin. I will put that on the list as well, so I'll see if someone is willing to share their story, so I will definitely make a video on that. The next question is from Tamini Venkatesh. Which specialization is the best for MS in civil for UK? I think you missed the earlier part of this session. Actually, I will upload actually this session after concluding. Yeah, this session I will upload it on my YouTube channel. You can watch from the very beginning, where I've stated actually the 8 disciplines actually in civil engineering. You can choose any of those ones disciplines there. In terms of the best, I would say they all the best. They are civil engineering, so they all the best. Is it all depends. I mean, what your interest is. I mean, whatever field you want to go into. I won't restrict you one, or I won't actually prefer one over the other. As I said, they are completely different fields, and they go basically within a project. Actually, everyone is needed there. Basically, when there is a project, they would need a structure engineer, they would need environmental engineer, they would need civil engineer, they would need construction project manager. So within a project, actually, if there's a project going on, they would need anyone, any of the disciplines I mentioned actually earlier in this video. So to me, make sure you rewind, yeah, this video at the start, and well, actually the top, I should say, the top well-known, respected sort of, yeah, disciplines in civil engineering, so you can choose any of those ones. Next question is from Usha Reddy. Sir, I completed MSc civil engineering and recently I got PSW visa. Congratulations. And what step taken for getting civil engineering professional job in the UK? Explain, sir. Well, this is actually generally say exactly the same sort of word in terms of your finding a job in the UK is no different than yeah, but what you would generally need: your CV, your competency, and your interview. I mean, these are the 3 sort of stages you need to go through. So the first one is your CV. Make sure you make your CV that is eligible, or that it complements basically the UK standards. Where you can find those information, you can go onto the gov.uk website, just figure out basically what the standard CV looks like and what information you need to add there. You make sure you add lots of the keywords. I mean, whatever your interest is, MSc in civil engineering, so civil engineering keywords should be there. I generally in my previous videos as well, what keywords you should use there. So that is really important, the CV. And then once you have sorted out your CV, upload them on all the different portals. Generally, I would recommend the LinkedIn, CV Library, totaljobs.com, railway engineering, and sorry, railwaypeople.com, and there's quite a lot actually. So all these platforms, actually, all it needs is just upload your CV, your profile, updated sort of your contacts there, and just wait for the call. Basically, that's generally the way you will receive the interview calls from there. Make sure you highlight your specialism, your specialty. What are you good at? I mean, if you're civil engineering, what is your specialty? Civil engineering, are you good at management? Are you good at analysis? Are you good in as a good team player? You need to identify yourself, because there will be jobs, I mean, there will be specifically located, like, I mean, as a technical engineer, so you need to be good at analysis and sort of, yeah, design sort of side. They might be looking for someone at management, so to manage the team, basically, yeah, the communication sort of side, the contract sort of side. If you're good at that, make sure you highlight that in your CV, to make sure when the relevant jobs are there, so that they can get into straight away. Once that's done, the next stage is obviously the interview stage. And interview, I would say, the job basically is completely 100% from there on. It depends on how you perform in the interview. As long you know your subjects well, as long you know, actually, you understand and what the employer needs from yourself, as long you have show them, you express them in the interview, that's how you can find the job. There's no alternative. Hard work should be there. I mean, there's no alternative to your hard work. You need to understand actually what the employer needs from yourself. You need to prepare those from the really advanced, actually, what the employers expected. Generally, when you see the job advertisement in the UK, they would have bullet points, actually, what the employer needs from yourself. Make sure you, each bullet point, you make a note there. I mean, what you want to see, actually, what you want to present yourself for that sort of bullet point. Basically, if they say they need someone with technical ability, you need to make sure you have some examples. I mean, if even if you have no sort of experience, make sure you just go rewind yourself. I mean, what did you do at MSc? Basically, did you do some sort of analysis, calculation in your project as well? Did you do some technical sort of analysis there? What was the results? I mean, how did you achieve those? So these kind of stuff, I mean, you need to make sure for each bullet point you understand what you need to respond to each, because in the interview they will ask each individual questions, that each individual point they will highlight in the interview. So you need to ensure you go through each individual point there and answer them, and that's the only way. But again, congratulations on your PSW. And I wish, I mean, you can share your information as well. How did you apply? How was the process? And I'm sure, yeah, lots of people will be quite keen, actually, Usha. If you can text me, I mean, if you're interested to share your actually application process of your PSW, that would be quite useful for other people to actually get the information as well. So get in touch on with me or on any of my videos, so we can have a chat as well, Usha, if that's something you want to share with the rest of the people as well. Thank you very much. The next question is from Wasif. What about health, safety, environmental degree from UK? How is the job market in the UK regarding HSC? HSC, again, brother, it's very good field. It's very in high demand. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't depend basically on whether you are in railway sector, highway sector, building sector. They would need HSC, or environmental sector. No matter, I mean, what field you go into, and HSC will be there. So it's in high demand if you are interested in it, in that. So definitely it's worth going into that as well. Next question is from Tamnini. Sorry, apologies. Which university is the best construction project manager in the UK? I don't know which one is the best. If you want to go really the best, choose the Oxford and the Cambridge if you can afford them. So next question is from Zarma. Are you going to continue uploading to your course design playlist? Thank you very much, Zarma. You showed interest there. You are actually one of the few actually that showing interest in the Euro codes. Definitely, I wanted to carry on with those ones, but obviously, I mean, there was really sort of low interest in that. That's where I stopped there. But definitely, if someone is looking forward to Euro codes, definitely, yeah, I will keep uploading more and more stuff there. I'm sure, yeah, I did about 8 there, so I can carry on with further. There are actually, in total, there are 30 lectures there, so it's quite a big list there. But thank you very much for reminding me. I will start uploading that for yourself. Thank you. Next question is from Richard. Sir, what is the scope for diploma in civil engineering? Diploma in civil engineering, obviously, if you're coming over for basically, um, I'm not sure. I mean, a diploma in the UK, or are you talking about overseas? Obviously, if you're coming over for the UK, basically, I'm not sure whether that make you eligible for the PSW. Obviously, you want to come here to get a PSW as well. So the least I would say, choose a course that is a degree levels, like a BSc, BEng, or BEng or MEng or MSc sort of degree, that will make you eligible to work here as well after completion of your studies. So I won't recommend diploma, unless, I mean, that make you eligible for the PSW, that give you a chance basically to find a job here as well. So I would say go for the least BEng, which is the least sort of the lower degree in civil engineering. So you can go for that course. Next question is from, I can't read your name. My apologies, sir. Please talk about job opportunities for MSc Structural Engineering in the UK. When take MSc from UK? Brother, structure engineering specific, I would say it doesn't matter. Engineering, whether structure engineering, environmental, civil engineering, construction project management, water resource management, and you name it, transportation engineering, rail engineering, they all go same weightage. As said, I mean, if there's a project, for instance, if I give example of, like, I mean, if we say HS2, high speed 2 sort of railway projects, if that's ongoing, they will need engineers of all caliber. I mean, doesn't matter what disciplines you are in. So they will need structural engineers, they will need civil engineers, environmental engineer, construction project managers, and water resource managers. I mean, they will need everyone to be on the same job basically. So in terms of, when I say that there is a demand, it's demand across the globe basically on all the disciplines. So I won't say structural engineering have more demand than others. All the disciplines have similar sort of demand in the UK. Next question is from Mirza Ahad. Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, so tell me about the E-tabs. E-tabs, brother, I would say is not really popular in terms of the analysis softwares. I would say I would rather prefer, yes, Master Series or Tekla on ETABS. I mean, if that's something you're looking for, like construction, like a structure engineering software, so I would prefer actually Master Series, or maybe Tekla. Next question is from Muhammad Farooq Aslam. Sir, what is the scope of BSc Civil Engineering and Technology in the UK? It's exactly the same. Doesn't matter whether you are going for BSc or you're going for MSc. I generally say the degree makes you eligible to apply for the jobs here in the UK, and I generally say MSc is better. The reason I say that, because you're only going to spend basically one year worth of fee. Basically, you need to pay only 1 year fee, but for BSc, you may need to end up paying 4 years fee, and that makes you basically a huge sum you need to pay for your course. Both courses will make you eligible to apply for the job, so it's the same way as MSc. But generally, I say, if you can't afford BSc, 4 years sort of worth of a fee, so go for MSc. That would be a good choice. Question is from Anuj. Thank you so much, sir, you guys. So thank you, Anuj. Next question is from Tirmala Prasad. Sir, I'm interested in structural engineering. How is my career in the UK? Your career is in big hands, basically. It's really in good hands if you're a structural engineer. As long you did your masters in good sort of grades there, and you understand your software as well. You understand what the employer needs from yourself. I mean, you are in good hands. Muhammad Farooq Aslam, which university is best MSc Civil in the UK, sir? Please guide me. Brother, in terms of universities, I mean, there are over 150 universities in the UK, so it won't be possible for me to remind each universities there, but I would say go with the whatever, look at the modules, whatever they offer you, look at those modules. If there are of your interest, it doesn't matter what university that is, basically, whether it's the top-notch university or it's the low-cost university. It doesn't matter. I mean, just choose the one that provides you the modules. That's something of your interest. Next question is from MD Khan. What softwares are used in construction management? Right. So, brother, the most well-renowned software is Primavera P6. You can try them. I mean, well-known actually throughout the industry for construction management. The other one is MS Project as well. Is well used as well. In the MS Excel is generally used, yeah, throughout the industry as well. Not for management, but obviously for all others, yeah, scheduling as well. But Primavera P6 is the top notch. The next question is for again MD Khan. How to get 100% scholarship in the UK University for masters? Uh, Brother, you need to look at the British Council scholarships, but obviously to get 100% scholarship, you need to be 100% above the crowd as well. So obviously, if you are at that sort of stage, basically you can present yourself that you are above the crowd. Definitely, you can apply for 100% scholarship there. But I would say even on the gov.uk website, you will find a different sort of a platform for the scholarships there as well. I did made a video a while ago actually on the scholarship where you can find a different scholarships there. You can search my channel as well for the scholarship. Next question is from MD Khan. Shall I move to USA because salary of civil engineer is less in the UK? It's your choice, brother. Personally, I'm not inviting you. It's completely your choice. If you reckon, I mean, USA will treat you better than UK, definitely that should be the way to go there. But obviously, do think about the other stuff as well. I mean, if you study there, it costs you a lot more. The expenses a lot more. Obviously, if you can afford the initial sort of burden there, ultimately, yeah, the final destination, if that's where you want to go to USA, I won't restrict you. I mean, whether not to go there USA. But personally, I've been in the UK. I do recommend UK. Obviously, I'm not been in the USA. I didn't work in the USA. I know, yeah, that you can earn a lot more, but obviously, at the same time, you will spend a lot more as well. The life standard is a lot higher in the USA than the UK, so you will lose, yeah, all the money ultimately there as well. So it's completely your choice, MD Khan. I can't stress one over the other, but I'm quite happy where I am in the UK as a civil engineer. I mean, if that's something of your interest, so I'm sure, yeah, UK will treat you very well, yeah, as a civil engineer. The next question is from Harshit Verma. How is the scope of transportation engineering? Also, should I learn any softwares before doing masters? Transportation engineering, again, Harshit, possibly you missed the early part of this session. That's one of the actually one of the main discipline of civil engineering, transportation. So it's really a good choice. I would say, yeah, if that's of your interest, definitely it's worth going into that. Should I learn softwares? Definitely, I would recommend, yeah, if you can learn softwares, um, that really helps. Actually, ultimately, you have to learn when it goes to the job, basically. And generally, I say, I mean, if you're even transportation, if you want to go into the planning sort of side, you would have your own softwares there. But generally, like, I mean, for the transportation, if you want to stick to civil engineering, like a micro drainage sort of, yeah, softwares for the drainage design, you can go into that, learn those micro drainage softwares. Otherwise, the MS Office, I mean, that really helps no matter what sort of, yeah, disciplines you will go. MS Office, like MS Word, MS Excel, and Outlook. I mean, these are the main softwares. No matter where you want to go, you will face them. So softwares definitely is worth going towards, basically, if you can learn them. The next question is from Gaurav. Sir, please guide a course through we can get easily job after doing our masters in civil engineering. Brother, there's no alternative to your hard work. I mean, your skills. I mean, you need to brush up your skills. I mean, that is the only way to get a job. There's no course. You don't need to do any course. I mean, trust me. As long you are confident about your skills, basically. I mean, as long you know what you're best at. I mean, if you're civil engineering, you should be best at your civil engineering. And what it means, like, you are a good communicator, you're a good team player, you are a good software, you can use softwares, you are good at in the meetings, basically. You can represent yourself there, you can represent your projects there. That's all it needs, man. It doesn't need anything else. There's no course. I don't recommend any courses, anything as such. I mean, just to get a job. Trust me, all it needs is your skills. Brush up your skills, basically. The more skills you got, the easy it will become to get a job, basically. So that's all I said. Even when the guys, I mean, they join me in a one-to-one session. Um, I said, I mean, all you need is the right direction. That's what you need, basically. I can't stress. I mean, the more hard work you do, the easier it becomes to get a job, basically. So it all depends how much hard work you put into something, and ultimately you will get the job, basically. So there's no alternative to your hard work. Make sure you work on your top skills, basically, where you want to go yourself into. The next question is, MD Khan, which professional exams shall we clear while we remain in India? Professional exams. I don't know in what is that in relation to. Whether it's in relation to finding a job, or is it in relation to finding a course? So I'm not clear about the question, MD Khan. If you can clarify, I'm not sure. What sort of exam? For sure, yeah, you don't need any exam, but I'm not sure. I mean, what is that in context? The next question is from Parkour Master. Sir, demand of hairdresser in the UK. Not my subject. I had my hair cut actually yesterday, really bad actually. But there is definitely there is a demand of hairdresser. I mean, if you're interested in, for sure. Not my actually not of my interest, but for your information, yeah, there is a demand. Harshit Verma, can I get my field, civil engineering related part time jobs while doing masters? I got into University of Leeds. The simple answer is no, brother. There is hardly any part-time jobs available for the civil engineer, so you won't be actually. In fact, yeah, you won't be eligible to work as a permanent employee. Obviously, even if you go as a part-time, they won't keep you there for as a temporary employee. They will keep you permanent there. But generally, I said, I mean, that there is hardly any available the part-time jobs there. So unfortunately, it would be a no. You don't actually spend time on that. You won't get any sort of response from their part-time jobs. So I would say concentrate on your studies. And I'm sure it's if it's just MSc there, if it's a 1 year course there, I'm sure, yeah, within 1 year it just goes, yeah, in a click there. Do your masters in good grades, and I'm sure you'll be there finding a job. Harshit, again, would be great if you suggest me some softwares related to transportation. You are doing a great job, sir. Thanks a lot, brother. In terms of transportation, I'm not 100% sure. In terms of, yeah, really specific, there will be planning softwares, but obviously, as said, I mean, with every field, that there will be some sort of branch. Like within the transportation, you might end up in structure, you might end up with civils, you might end up with planning or management. So there's a lots of different sort of, yeah, fields there within the transportation as well. But generally, I would say, like, I mean, I don't know what field you're going to go into there, but I would just highlight, like, for structures, I generally say Master Series, a Tekla, and maybe Superstress, and Revit. These are the generally softwares that are used by structure engineers. For management side, Prince 2, Primavera P6 on the top. Yeah, that should be top of the list. And MS Project, I mean, that should be the management softwares. The other MS Office sort of softwares, you should use those as well. I mean, if you can learn those ones. So these are the general softwares in engineering industry that they're used. So if you can make use of any of these ones, if that they're available, so that would be useful. Next question is from Danish Kazmi. Hello, sir. Good to see you again. My question is that should I do construction project management or structure engineering? But I have 3 years site experience. Kindly suggest me suitable options. Danish, I can't dictate your future. Simple is that. But obviously, I mean, looking at your experience, you got 3 years site experience. So of course, I mean, they are more relevant to construction project management. So in that sense, yeah, I can say that that should be more suitable construction project management, because structure engineering. you won't be able actually to use that experience, because that was your side experience. So of course, I mean, construction project management will be a good choice in in that case, because you can utilize that 3 years experience when it comes to finding the job, because you already have that experience and you can implement and show them in your sort of interview there as well. So I would say construction project management from my end, I mean, if that is of your interest as well. Next question is from Miss Monica. Sir, best option for girl in civil engineering field after MS doing in the UK? Best option, obviously the best option is to finding a job. And in fact, for your information, we don't discriminate boys or girls, or like ladies and gentlemen. So we don't differentiate that at all. It comes under discrimination law. So it doesn't matter if you are a girl, you won't be welcome in any of the field. That isn't the case in the UK. You will be welcome whatever job you're going to find here. Obviously, for civil engineering, it's growing for the ladies now, for the girls here as well. Actually, it's more and more girls are interested now getting into the engineering. And in fact, yeah, the STEM, science, technology, engineering, and maths, one of the program that's been started by the government, I mean, a long time ago, and that brought more and more actually diverse sort of element here in the industry as well, in the engineering industry. And actually, there's no difference between girls and boys. And so forget about you are a girl and you won't find a specific job. Whatever is of your interest, go with that. So it doesn't matter, because you will find the boys and girls, I mean, they will be so mixed up here in the UK. You won't find a difference at all. So whether it's a heavy duty, is a less duty, is a lightweight, or the whatever, the office job, it absolutely no matter. I mean, you can do any job as a girl, and in fact, you can do better than boys. Next question is from Andy Khan. Is Canada or UK good for construction project manager because salary is less in the UK? Brother, I have survived 16, 17 years in the UK as a civil engineer. And I'm sure, you can survive if that is of your interest, to be here in the UK as a civil engineer. And I can give you some tricks actually, how you can earn more money. Obviously, what I've shared so far was the permanent employment. And obviously, if you are interested in more money, there is alternatives, which I'm scared to share on this platform. But if you are interested, get in touch. No, that was a joke, but brother, again, I would say it's completely your choice, Canada or UK. Again, I'm not sure whether Canada is better than the UK job market for civil engineers. Maybe, but obviously you need to consider the other factors as well. Like, I mean, what about the weather there? Generally, the weather there will be like, I mean, 8 to 9 months you'll be full in the snow there. I mean, you will be covered up in the snow. If you can live with that sort of life there in Canada, definitely that should go with that one. But otherwise, I said, I'm quite happy being here in the UK as a civil engineer for the past as 18 years. So I'm quite happy to stay here for longer. But in terms of the salary, I did say it's less in permanent positions. I didn't say that's less in contract as a contractor. So that's a different field game. Right. The next question is from Code Mobile. Sir, I have 2 years experience in India and 3 years experience in Dubai and 4 years experience in Singapore. Oh, you are multidisciplinary. Actually, you've been way around the world now. As a civil engineer, respected, can I get express entry to UK? Okay, express entry means you want to come directly as a employee, brother. You got really good sort of experience in different actually countries. So I would suggest, I mean, if you're already working like overseas, or in Singapore, or I would say in Dubai, I don't know where you are currently. I would advise, I mean, if there's ICT sort of option there, like you can transfer yourself through the intra-company transfer sort of visa. Generally, I've seen lots of people they coming over now through the ICT. It's quite easy sort of option now. ICT means you can come there with the same company you migrated on a temporary basis. And now the good point is, because of the recent changes in the immigration, you can find basically you with other employer jobs as well whilst you are on the ICT here, and you can switch over to another employer. So that is really positive. So definitely it's worth looking into that sort of express entry into the UK. Obviously, with your experience, definitely it's worth trying with the obviously you must have worked actually with the multinational companies here in different world part of the world. So definitely it's worth trying those. They are basically firm in the UK. I would say try Atkins, Sistra, Acom. These are the sort of companies they actually they exist all over the world. So if you're already work on one of these companies, you can apply through those companies, that you can show basically you already work with these companies. So it's worth trying that way. But obviously, if you're already working with a company, they exist in the UK, try with the ICT. That would be a good option. MD Khan, can I take professional exam like licensed or professional engineer even being in India? What else exam can we take from India to improve our profile? Right, brother. So you can take, like I generally say, the ICE sort of membership, like a chartered engineer. You can definitely go into that sort of side. Basically, brother, doesn't matter wherever in the world you are in. So as long, I mean, you fulfill the requirement of the chartered engineer, you can take the exam there in the in India as well. And obviously, if you're a chartered engineer, definitely that's gonna enhance or unfold the next stream in your career. Danish Gazmi, thank you so much, respected sir. Thank you, brother. Because hello, sir. I have 4 years experience construction and 1 year in BIM. What's the scope there in BIM? BIM is really, really good, brother. It's in really high demand, I should say. If you are interested, you already got experience, definitely it's worth trying that. So it's in high demand, I should say. Gaurav, I heard that getting job in civil engineering after doing master's course is very hard and is 2 years of PSW work visa. If any company recruit us and they give work hard. Oh, sorry, I lost the track there. Let me read it again. I heard that getting job in civil engineering after doing master's course is very hard. Right, okay, that's the first pass. Okay, very hard. So I agree. I mean, it would be hard if you don't know, I mean, what you're doing. Definitely, it would be hard, basically. And generally, I say if you know uh, how to get a job in the UK is the one of the simplest sort of procedure actually to actually how the process works in the UK. I already explained that earlier as well. You know exactly basically what how the procedures works. If you fulfill those requirements, it's not hard. Obviously, if you don't know how to fulfill the requirements, it's hard. Yeah, simple as that. So I'll answer that question there. But and in the 2 years of PSW work visa, if any company recruit us and they give work hard, but after that period surviving there is very hard, and because any company have to show to the government that we don't have a person from British. Gaurav, I'm completely lost. What you trying to say there? Um, I'm not sure. I'm lost. Please, yeah, just say one by one the question, brother. Um, Next question is from Shravan. Hi, sir. What is the scope of transportation engineering over there? It's very good, brother. I already explained. Yeah, I don't want to go into the detail again. But transportation is good in demand. Do revise. Yeah, this session I will upload to my actually channel after concluding, and we are literally at the end of this session now. So I will upload this Shravan, yeah, to my YouTube channel. You can rewind them, yeah, at the very start. I talk about, yeah, transportation is one of the core subject in the UK as well, and is in demand as well. So I hope that that will help. Moeed Wani, is water and environmental management good? Yes, definitely. That's one of the core subject I mentioned earlier, Moeed, as well. So please do watch this video. I will upload literally, yeah, after concluding this session, and you can watch that from the start. Yeah, I've explained in a bit of a detail there. But yeah, guys, thank you very much. It was nice. It was so many questions there. It was nice to catch up with you after a few weeks, actually, break. But yeah, as said, as always, you can contact me in the videos as well, in the in the comment section, or you can join the WhatsApp groups, which generally add the link into the descriptions below as well. You can join me on one-to-one session, generally as you can join at your own sort of, yeah, the Patreon sort of, yeah, options there. You can join one of them, and I generally say, yeah, you can take the opportunity, how to get a job or how to choose your course. I mean, if you're specifically concerned about yourselves, you are not confident or you can't make a decision about your future, so do get in touch with me, and we will arrange a one-to-one session. Generally, I did that with other persons as well, other subscribers, and I had really positive feedback from there. And with that note, yeah, thank you very much again for your time, and I hope you have a lovely weekend with your family and friends, and I hope to see you in the next week live session. Yeah, thank you very much.